Both teams rated in the top 10 in Class 6A. Huge crowd on hand. Here we go. Opening kickoff. Aaron Lee takes it 49 yards for Shakopee down to the Lakers' 40-yard line.
8 games against Prairie Lake, but they struck first tonight. Dominic Jackson takes this one in as Shakopee built a 14-0 first quarter lead.
Then it's Dominic Jackson, calls his own number. 22 yards on the TD, 7-0 Sabres on top. Later, Jackson to Nicholas Katona, 14-0 Shakopee. Kyle Haas comes right back. He will find Joey Kraus, 73 yards. This play will take it down to the 3-yard line, and it will set up a short touchdown run by Ryan Horsch, 14-7. Sabres running back Jaden Hellerud, 20 yards, breaking 2 tackles, down to the 6, mowing people over. 23 seconds left in the half. Elijah Sandridge, 3-yard touchdown off the pitch, 21-7. But wait, Haas goes back to pass, 10 seconds in the half, and Lee, off the tip, picks him off, touchdown, 28-7, Shakopee at halftime.
21-7 late in the second. Prairie Lake trying to get some momentum before halftime, but it goes to Aaron Lee. He picks it off and runs it back 45 yards for the pick 6. Shakopee's losing.
Third quarter, Grayson Spronk. This is a 57-yard touchdown run to open the quarter. 28-14, Shakopee. Martin Koivisto. What a block here. He is oh my goodness, he's heading to Central Michigan on scholarship. Garrison Monroe, 21 yards on the run off the pitch. Here they come. Hellerud takes it in from 3, 35-14 Shakopee. Prairie Lake's not done. Haas to Kraus, 27 yards. Last play third quarter. It's now 35-21. Hellerud takes it, 14 yards, down to the 1. Next play, he'll plunge it home. And Shakopee will go on to add another touchdown from Chandler Ross from 9 yards out, and the Sabres are now 2-0. 49-27 the final.
Oh, it's a great feeling, especially when we have that offensive success. It's, I don't know, I'm just super excited. Our offense performed well. It was a really good team win. Offensive line performed really well. They call it the moving company. Those last 2 drives showed what we got on the offensive line, and it was a great team win there.
Honestly, it was just a brotherhood that we've been working since we were like little kids, and all the work paid off tonight. And then they were talking trash, and then we showed them tonight who was here to play.
We knew we could run the ball a little bit, you know, and they were giving us what we wanted up front. And our old line, man, I thought that's 3 veterans up there that have got over 10 years of experience from varsity football. They just wait on them, you know what I mean? And it was a total offensive effort by those guys, man, and they just did a really good job out there, you know. Yeah, I'm super proud of them.
North has a brand new turf field. They needed one. Scoreless game late in the first half on 4th down from the 1. Senior quarterback Camden Dean calls his own number. He sneaks it in as the Cougars take the lead. Early in the second half, South strikes again. This time it's Ian Segna from 6 yards out. Those are the only scores of the game, and they mattered. Lakeville South wins at 12-0 in a defensive battle.
South, big battle of Lakeville. Ian Segna, touchdown run here off a long drive. 12-0 South. Panthers could not get clicking on offense.
On rival Lakeville North, boy, defensive struggle. 6-0 South in the third. They double the lead. Ian Segna runs in from 6 yards out. That had a 12-0 South. Same score, 3 minutes to go. North facing 4th and 2 from their own 42. They needed the first down, but South's D, which also had a couple interceptions, shuts it down.
Errant pass by Jackson Hansen falls kindly into Joey Ullman's hands. And Lakeville South winning tonight, 12-0 the final. Eden Prairie Farmington. Nick Fozzie tosses to Michael Gross to finish off a long first quarter drive. And the #1 ranked Eagles are up 6-0.
With a 10-minute, 42-second drive that ended with a bang. That's junior quarterback Nick Fozzie. And that is a 26-yard touchdown pass in stride to Michael Gross on 4th down.
The line on 4th down, and the snap goes over the punter's head and somehow recovers it but loses it again.
Then in the second quarter, Farmington made a couple mistakes on special teams. First, the snap goes over Connor Weed's head. Take the safety, right? Now he tries to run it out. And there is Danny Frischman, and he is there for recovery. So instead of giving up 2, he gave up 7.
Ooh,
it's a touchdown. And Eden Prairie rolls tonight over Farmington 37-29.
Wow. The Rangers athletic facilities got a major makeover this past summer, including a brand new football stadium. Everything's brand new. The stadium, the bleachers, the 9-lane track. The Rangers haven't hosted a track meet since 1992. It's a $7.5 million makeover, and tonight they show it off. We were shooting a pan in the field on opening kickoff, and guess what happened? Forest Lake's Charlie Peterson returned the opening kickoff 85 yards for a touchdown. That's the way to christen a brand new stadium. Ryan Olson on the option play takes it in for the touchdown, but ANOKA would rally to win the game tonight. Jacob Deutschman, 5-yard TD play right here, 29-14 ANOKA. Big night in Champlin. They christened a new turf stadium, and they're excited for their future now with turf. They host Wayzata tonight. Drew Berkland. This may be one of the best catches I've seen in a while. One-handed catch from Ryan Harvey. Wow. Wayzata getting a big game from Julian Alfaro Diedrich. Nice run right here, 48 yards. And Wayzata goes on to win tonight, 23-0. They're off to a nice 2-0 start. Edina hosting a talented Rosemount team. Irish score first. Vincent Pine to Nathan Saba. Tough grab, breaks the tackle, gets into the end zone. Edina would rally. Adam Bergholt drops this in to Brady Anderson to make it 10-7. But just before the half, a little trickery by the Irish. Vincent Pine to Cedric Wall, and then Wall will decide to throw the ball. Touchdown strike, and Rosemount wins 31-19. Blaine, Minnetonka tonight. This is Minnetonka in the third. Cade Kenzemius with a touchdown there. And then the Bengals play after the Minnetonka touchdown. A.J. Call. Watch this. Evan Swenson will blow up the screen pass and pick it off and take it 30 yards for the score. 28-3, Minnetonka, big win. Chaska tonight. They presented a check. The two teams playing for tackle cancer, $5,400 between Chanhassen and Chaska. Of course, cancer has hit both of these communities in the past year, so we identify with that and we thank them for what they've done. Jack Boyle had such a big game tonight for Chaska. A couple of big runs here, but it turned out to be a baseball final. 6-2, Chaska a win over Chan.
Chaska and Chanhassen always give each other the best of their efforts. This is less like a friendly rivalry and more like a brotherly bond.
We fire up! We fire up! We took that trash! We took that trash! We back it up! We back it up! We number one! We
grew up with these guys, going to school with them, so it's fun to play them. We got 3 middle schools here, and we all go to school together. So it's like, I know a ton of those guys on that team. They know me. We play against each other in youth football, CCFA, we're together. So it's just a fun rivalry. We all know each other, and it's always a good matchup.
Being on opposite sides of the field does not diminish the feeling of community.
You win, you got bragging rights over them.
Chaska got him because they scored the first touchdown. And then their defense. And even though the Hawks were stingy tonight.
It's just crazy because you battle them every day since you're a kid, so lining up against kids you grew up with is just, it's honestly a great feeling because you've grown up with your friends, but going out and get that W against them feels great.
They play football. What a great game. Connor DeVellis to Ben Audette. 3 touchdown strikes on the night. Andover winning tonight. Final score was 28-13 over Elk River. Charles Brandt scrambling and then recovers. There's a football that's loose, as you can see, and Matamidai would recover. Sophomore quarterback Brandt to Ramsey Morrell, to a tight end rather, Ramsey Morrell, and Matamidai wins tonight. 23-20 was the final.
This is a crowd hungry for a football game. Armstrong and Irondale opened with wins last week. Tonight the Falcons' Jaden Malone to Caden College. Stay with it, Caden. He does. Great catch and a touchdown. Armstrong in front. It got close for a while. Malone uses his arm again. He's got good legs, too. Look at this spiral. Tighten to the point. Armstrong moves to 2-0, beating Irondale 37-19.
This is a big night and a long overdue night for the North High School football team. The Polars actually opened their fully renovated stadium last fall, but because of the pandemic restrictions, no fans were ever allowed, making tonight the official reopening. The nearly $7 million renovation includes artificial turf, an expanded track, renovated bleachers, concessions, and for the first time, actual lights. The athletic director says the facility, now called Hobbs Field, reflects major strides being made in North Minneapolis.
Most importantly, or what I'm most excited about, the kids in this community on the lower end of North Minneapolis are coming back to our community school. And the district has, I mean, this is a lot of money. This is almost $7 million worth of upgrades. So the district, I believe, is committed to our community and committed to public education on the north side.
Yeah, as for the football team, they've come a long way as well. 10 years ago, they did not win a single game, but have only lost 4 games. In the past 5 years, they're becoming a dominant powerhouse.
Minneapolis North of Fridley could have qualified as a feature game as well. 2 well-built programs. Zachary Gosh gets loose for the Tigers. They're in business in a close and hard-fought game.
Check some highlights. Fridley against Minneapolis North tonight. Zach Gosh, nice touchdown run here for the Fridley Tigers. He gets in to make it 7-0.
Answer. Deshaun Hill to Rio Sanders. Sanders is back. In the end, though, it was Fridley who had more. They beat North 28-21.
Would come back. Deshaun Hill to Rio Sanders. Leaping catch for the Polars. Final score, though, Fridley wins 28-21. Cooper Waconia played at TCO Performance Center tonight. How about this? Joe Russell. And it's picked off by Sam Coppy for Waconia. One-handed interception. And then Austin Randall hands it off to Max McAnally, and he will do the rest. 47 yards in the touchdown run, over 170 yards on the ground. Waconia wins tonight. Final score 20-14. Orono beat the number 16 in 4A Holy Angels. Hosting Coon Rapids tonight. Evan Sofker keeps the ball himself, takes it 20 yards for the touchdown, puts the Bison up 7-0. Later in the quarter, Josh Dubois goes deep for Kajan Cummings, and he's wide open in the end zone. Big touchdown for Coon Rapids, but the Bison, the defense does the job. Big interception right here. Carter Jackson takes it to the house. Buffalo wins 35-20. Harding Humboldt taking on Columbia Heights tonight. George Irizani to Jody Trice. Nice gain here all the way for the touchdown. It's 16-8 at this point. Heights in front. But Matt Rockwell to Caleb Lewis. Touchdown pass right here for the Highlanders, and they're now 2-0. Nice win tonight for them, 43-16. Como Park at Minneapolis Southwest. Declan Maida, wow, right up the middle, breaks some tackles, and he's gone. 50 yards for the touchdown. Preston England to Charlie Boucher. I love this Charlie Boucher. He's a big linebacker, big tight end. He's got all the tools. Nice touchdown play here. Southwest winning big tonight in the Twin City District, 47-6.
Minneapolis South bounced back from week 1 by taking on Minneapolis Roosevelt. Tony Paredes getting outside, turning the corner, and he doesn't stop. That's an impressive touchdown. And the Tigers really used the ground game to take control today. Jaquil White, nice move. Didn't even need the stiff arm. He's in the house. It's the Battle of South Minneapolis, and Minneapolis South wins it 35-0.
Park Center and DeLaSalle, the Islanders with some defense. Call that a team interception to turn the field. The Park Center kept coming back. From short yardage, Marcus Freeman, Park Center leading that game late at last report.
Here's Bloomington Jefferson at St. Louis Park. The Jaguars turn defense to offense. Frank Arth on an interception, and you know what? It's a dream come true. His teammates knew it. Fingers in the air. That's a pick 6. St. Louis Park was then on the move, but they'd have to settle for this field goal. But they didn't. Jefferson blocks the attempt. However, St. Louis Park did generate some offense later in the evening, and they get out with a close victory, 26-20 over the Jaguars.
Rockford hosting Melrose tonight. The Rockford defense does the job. Wes Overton with the big interception, and he's going to take it the opposite way. Great block. Alex Altman right there, 28-13. in favor of Rockford. Their defense was fantastic tonight. Harrison Brunn, the leaping interception, showing off the ball skills. He's only a sophomore. Sam Zilmer, very talented player, fakes out our camera guy, but finds Overton for the big touchdown. Rockford winning tonight in the Mid-State. Final score was 28-13.
Spuds led 21-12 at the half. Moorhead's first possession in the second half. Gavin Quaid takes a snap, fakes one way, finds Ben Herdelick up for the 14-yard touchdown reception. Spuds lead 28-12. Warriors answer. Nathaniel Staling around the edge for 17 yards, pound it into the end zone right in front of the camera. 2-point, no good, 28-18. Midway through the fourth, Warriors try a trick play. Eli Holes on the lateral looking for Jed Kling, picked off by Jaden Griffin. Back and forth one all night long, but Moorhead gets the job done, winning